Well, hello there, I'm Dr. Chung, and welcome to your friendly proctologist. I'm a board-certified colon and rectal surgeon in Southern California, USA, and I want to give you useful, helpful information yet again today. This channel has never been about going viral, and guess the heck what, folks? Yes, we've made it to over 100,000 subscribers. We know the community is much bigger than that, but look at that number, would you? That is amazing of how many people in the world are struggling just like you and I. I mean, for myself, I've always known there's people because I see patients every day for a long time. But you don't get the opportunity to actually see how many people may have it worse than you, may have it better, but are surrounding their daily lives around their anus, okay? Let's be real. It's a mental struggle and a physical one, right? So thank you all very much for subscribing and watching and being a part of this community. Let's keep sharing, keep learning from each other, and let's not forget to be nice to each other too, right? So today's video, we're going to be talking about how to get off stool softener medication. And what I would suggest is the best way of doing that. What are some details around that? Because all of us don't like taking medication. And the main thing, in my opinion, is about it's reminding us about this body part that doesn't seem to be functioning very well. Therefore, it needs medication. So let's talk about the issue right now. Okay, so let's set the scene in some background. Which stool softener medications am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the ones that have been studied and are proven to be safe for use in the long term and everyday, like Colace and Docusate and Miralax. And I'm going to throw in magnesium citrate in this discussion as well, because the same principles would apply to get you off of mag citrate. I know many people don't think of it as a medication, but hey, we're using it to soften our stools. Let's throw it in there as well. The next thing to consider is that we want to maintain soft poop. So if you're coming off of these stool softener medications, make sure your poop continues to be soft, right? There's no point in trying to leave your body exposed to new flare-ups, more damage. Be kind to your anus and make sure your routine includes something else instead of the stool softener to keep your poop soft. Soft stools are a very important part of treating our bottom end, but you know what else is super good at treating our bottom end conditions? Yeah, you guessed it. It is Pranicura. Pranicura has been an excellent partner with your friendly proctologist, and I highly recommend that you try this. This is an excellent option to treat your bottom end conditions such as hemorrhoid flares, fissure flare-ups, internal sphincter spasm, skin issues, itching, burning. This is a kind of a treatment for all things bottom end related because it's so gentle on our skin and the ingredients are all natural as well. I highly recommend it. I like this stuff too. This is my personal jar. I show you guys all the time what my jar looks like, but this stuff here is nice and fluffy and it's got that nice pink flavor. Not flavor. No, I don't eat this stuff. The pink color to it. And so go to Pranicura.com, www.pranicura.com, and check out their reviews, check out the comments, and grab yourself a jar today. Also, when you're trying something new, like coming off of these stool softeners, like this is a new change, right? We want to make sure we don't get emotional. Failures will happen, unexpected things will turn up, and things will probably start flaring up. Maybe you might get some bleeding, but try not to get emotional and upset and go too fast or make sudden changes, because that, as you know, can make even more problems and then set you up for a worse situation. So the first tip that I have about coming off the stool softener medications is about timing. You don't want to get off these medications too quickly. You know, things are just healing from your last flare. We want to wait at least 6 to 8 weeks for that first stage of maturation of that healing to occur. That way, there's some resiliency, some strength in that healing so that you don't easily get upset again. Tip number 2 is the method here. We want to do things slowly. So let's say you're taking a Docusate or Colace pill and you're taking 3 a day to make sure you have soft poop. So the thing to try here is maybe take one pill off, or if you really want to go extra slow, try and cut the pill in half. And each change, wait 2 to 3 days. Make sure that there's no fluke going on. Make sure that it is safe to come off and your poop stays soft. Because if your poops all of a sudden become hard for 3 or 2 days in a row, you know that this is probably not a good time, or you need to come up with a different strategy for softening your poop. The same strategy is for powders, like let's say you're taking Miralax or mag citrate. Take off maybe a teaspoon at a time. Maybe you're doing a full cap of Miralax once a day. Take a teaspoon out, wait 2 to 3 days, see what the effect is. Make sure your anus is still happy, your poop is soft, and then keep progressing very slowly from there. So let's say you're coming off the med and you see an undesired result. Now your poop is getting really hard or it's getting lumpy again. Well, I would suggest going backwards. Put that stool softener back on, because that was a very safe thing to do. We don't want to just keep going just for the sake of coming off these medications, because we're talking about your health. The number one priority is to maintain the health. And we're doing it with medications that have been proven and studied to be safe. So you don't need to be too anxious about coming or staying on it. There isn't any permanent damage happening to your body. You're not going to become addicted, and there won't be withdrawal. These medications just stay in your poop. You poop them out in the toilet and they are gone. Okay, so let's take what we learned and apply it to a scenario. Let's say we want to get off of Miralax and we want to switch over to magnesium citrate, right? We're taking Miralax 1 cap a day, but we don't like Miralax anymore. I want to try something different. I feel like I would feel better with mag citrate. How I would suggest doing this is coming off of the Miralax slowly, like we said. You may take a teaspoon off every 2 to 3 days. At the same time, we want to also increase the magnesium citrate. So as we're coming off the Miralax, we're adding on the magnesium citrate at the same time here, right? So maybe 1 teaspoon off of the Miralax, we can add 1 teaspoon of the magnesium citrate. And as we're coming down every 2 to 3 days, we'll start to see what is happening. We'll see that if our stools are still soft, the Miralax is going down, magnesium citrate is going up, we can feel safe that this is a good transition that we're making. Now, lots of other troubleshooting opportunities may come up when you're trying to transition over. Like, let's say you get diarrhea all of a sudden because you're taking Miralax and magnesium citrate. Well, in that case, I would probably drop the Miralax and then keep the magnesium citrate the same. Again, don't drop the Miralax too fast. You want to go slowly. Wait 2 to 3 days and make sure that things are safe. Okay, what about the other situation? You're trying to transition from Miralax to magnesium citrate, but the poop is getting hard. If that's the case, then I would add more magnesium citrate. Maybe because you're going down on the Miralax, that's what your body needs to actually keep the poop soft. So I would first try to compensate with the magnesium citrate. Obviously, you want to transition to this magnesium anyway, so try to increase that, wait a few days, and see if the poop is softening. If it doesn't, perhaps the magnesium citrate may not be a good one for your body. Perhaps the Miralax is the safer one to be on. So you may need to go back to the drawing board, go back in your Miralax and see how else you wanted to strategize for that. So I hope these tips are super helpful for you. And if you're getting off stool softeners, I hope that means you're getting better or things are improving for you. Whatever you're doing in the changes, try to do them very slowly and try not to get emotional. Remember, failures is not the end of the world. It is to be expected as you make moves that are different here. And so as we conclude, I want to once again bring up our sponsor, which is Pranicura. They've been an excellent partner because the product works. I mean, all you need to do is look at the comments and the feedback and the reviews that they get on their website. Look in the comments. This has been super helpful for me too. I still use it, and I hope the best for you and hope that this works out for your hemorrhoids, your itching, your fissures, your burning, your irritation as well. Thank you so much for being here. 100,000 and many more to come. Bye-bye.